don't worry about making some strict change to your life. Ease into it. Take it one step at a time.
I don't always have to be perfect, and that there's a lot of beauty that lies in making mistakes.
Don't ask people for advice if they haven't been down your path.
Need motivation? Then grab some infused water and keep watching Real Times. She's Chloe Coscarelli, and these are our top 10 rules for success. All right, let's kick it off with rule number 1. Know that you can do it.
I did hear people talking behind the scenes saying like, oh, she's doing vegan cupcakes, so she'll be out in the first round. And I remember just thinking, how can you say that when you haven't even tasted it? I don't know. It was good, I think, because sometimes when you hear a lot of naysayers, it makes you really reach into a place inside of you that knows you can do it. So yes. Sometimes when people are really encouraging, I'll be the one to start being like, no, I can't do it, I can do it. But then when someone else starts saying you can't do it, that's when I'm like, okay, I think I can do this, So it helped me really just stay focused and do my thing and realize I'm not gonna listen to any negativity around me. I'm just gonna make cupcakes.
Rule number 2, cook for fun with friends.
I hardly ever get to cook for fun. So my favorite thing to do outside of work is have dinner parties with my friends and just totally experiment, play around, and not have any pressure how the food's gonna turn out. I love to invite my friends over, tell everyone to wear like yoga pants or pajamas, open an inexpensive bottle of wine, and just play around with recipes and use my friends as guinea pigs.
Rule number 3, and my personal favorite, find the beauty in making mistakes.
What powers me is remembering that I don't always have to be perfect and that there's a lot of beauty that lies in making mistakes. When I was younger, I remember I was cooking with my mom and we made brownies to bring to a party, and they came out of the oven and they were all wet and mushy on the inside. It was like a total disaster. We told everyone they were chocolate souffle squares and people were like, this is genius. How did you think of that? Can we have the recipe? From then on, I always realized that, having fun, taking risks can actually turn out to be a beautiful thing. And so I always tell people who say that they make mistakes in the kitchen that they can always just change the name. There's always a way to spin the story, especially if it still tastes delicious.
Rule number 4, take it one step at a time.
I always tell people, don't worry about making some strict change to your life. Instead, if you're thinking about it, try it. Try it once in a while. Maybe try cooking a meatless meal once a week. Try it twice a week. See how you like it. And don't get caught up in, oh, I could never give up cheese, so I don't want to try vegan food. That's okay if you can't give up cheese, but maybe just try a vegan meal, try a vegan mac and cheese and see if you like it, and just ease into it. Take it one step at a time.
Rule number 5, do some exercise.
I do like to do exercise like yoga. I also like to walk a lot. Sometimes my job is it's so stressful sometimes being an entrepreneur, and there's so many obstacles that you have to deal with, and it can be really emotionally exhausting a lot of times. So sometimes I'm not always in the place where I want to go to a fitness class where I'm just pushing myself to my max, because I'm pushing myself every day through what I'm doing. So I've actually started walking, which is just a really great, because it's a way for me to breathe and get some fresh air and get my heart rate going and the blood flowing, but I'm not actually doing something where I'm feeling stressed in a workout. So a lot of times I'll do actually pretty long distance walking. If I'm in New York, sometimes I'll walk all the way from the Lower East Side up to Hell's Kitchen. I'll try to kind of plan my meetings so that there's a big walk somewhere in the day. And that's a great way to get your appetite. So when you get to wherever you are, you're hungry and you're ready to eat again.
Rule number 6, live compassionately.
So I went vegan about 13 years ago because I just realized that the same animals that, I loved as pets were the same kind of animals that are on people's dinner plates. And it didn't make any sense for me to be eating animals because I really wanted to live compassionately. And the way that we eat is a reflection of that. So it seemed really inconsistent that I was loving certain animals and eating others. So I was like, I have to go vegan. I have to make this consistent in everything that I do.
Rule number 7, Use vinegar as an egg replacement.
Using vinegar in baking cakes is my little secret for making vegan cakes really moist and fluffy. Instead of using eggs, the baking soda will react with the vinegar and it causes a chemical reaction that binds the cake together and makes it really moist and makes it rise so that you don't need eggs. So whenever I tell people that vinegar is my secret ingredient, it sounds disgusting, like why would you want vinegar in your cake? But the vinegar flavor bakes off and it's just the chemical that causes the reaction to hold the cake together.
Rule number 8, spread the message through food.
I mean, nowadays, vegan food is just delicious, moist, fluffy. Get creative in the kitchen and start taking your old favorite recipes and make them vegan. Try making delicious vegan cookies or cupcakes and pass them out to your family and your friends at school. It's a great way to spread the message is through food.
Rule number 9, learn to deal with the unknown.
As you know, for any entrepreneur, it's always like, what's next? So this was great, but where am I going from here? And I feel like at every point in my career, I never really know the answer to that question. So that unknown is something that's so unsettling that can creep up on me in the middle of the night. And I'm like, so I'm turning in this book. What's my next book? But it's just something you have to learn to deal with.
And finally, rule number 10, figure out your own path.
When you're doing something that's different, or you're an entrepreneur, you're on your own path, you're not following a path that's paved. So I think that can be the most frustrating part, is I can't really see what's down the road the way somebody who's following a more traditional path can. And I think that's what makes it really scary and challenging and hard, but also makes it exciting. So yeah, I saw a quote recently that said, don't ask people for advice if they haven't been down your path. And it's true, because you get a lot of input and advice and people telling you what to do, but when you're doing something that's never been done before, kind of got to just figure it out as it comes.
And that is a lettuce wrap. Thank you for watching my take on Chloe Coscarelli's top 10 rules for her success. You know my personal favorite. I want to know your personal favorite down below. However she's inspired you, or you like my rules, let me know down below in the comments. And thank you for watching Real Times. Peace and PMA.